In this first lecture, we're going to get the ball rolling by starting Google Docs in a special way that opens my prompts file. Now, we're going to send prompts or requests for action to ChatGPT, but you don't have to write or come up with those prompts because I'm providing a prompt file. All you've got to do is copy and paste the prompts and put in your modifications. Let me jump over to my browser and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here I am in my browser, and to open my prompts file, all I've got to do is go to iib.pub/chatgpt-prompts. Now, if I go to prompts, I'll be prompted to download the prompts file wherever I want it. I don't particularly want that. I want to open it instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to iib.pub/chatgpt-prompts-edit. And instead, this will throw me into a browser on the prompts file. Now, I found this browser works kind of weird. Like, for instance, I can select this text, but I can't right-click to copy. The menus look weird and so on. So what you can do is you can come here and you can say open with Google Docs. And that puts your prompts into the familiar Google Docs environment where we can select a block of text, right-click and say copy, which we're going to be doing a lot, beginning with the next lecture where we send the first prompt over to ChatGPT to be resolved. In this next lecture, we're going to start working with ChatGPT. We're going to copy our first prompt over to ChatGPT and check out the results. Let's jump over to Google Docs where we have our prompts file open. Now, here I am in Google Docs and we have our prompts file open. Let's look at this first prompt. A prompt is just a request to Google Doc or a request to ChatGPT in regular language asking it to do something. Here we say, give me number, Amazon-friendly book topic ideas in a niche for target audience. And we're going to focus on practical problem-solving topics and that people search for that make a great short story topic, and each idea should include one sentence explaining why it could sell. So this is asking ChatGPT for topic ideas within a niche. Let's go ahead and select it, right-click on it, and say copy, and let's start ChatGPT. We open a new tab in our browser, and we go to chatgpt.com. Now here we're being prompted right away for what we'd like ChatGPT to do, and we have a prompt. So right-click on the prompt and say paste. Now we need to fill in some blanks here. How many topics would we like? Let's say about 20. Give me 20 Amazon-friendly book topics in the niche. Now this is the big one. What area do we want to write in? It can be just about anything. Growing African violets to auto mechanics to what I'm going to pick, which is photography. So give me 20 friendly topics in photography, and the target audience is going to be for beginners. So we're going to look up photography for beginners. Let's see what ChatGPT gives to us. All we do is press enter or click this little up bar, and ChatGPT will start thinking. And the next thing that it will do is spit out the topics. Now, I say ChatGPT, I'm trying to use web-based free tools in this little course, but ChatGPT can cost you something. If you want faster results, if you want to see certain more advanced functions, if you want to generate more images and more text, then you're going to end up having to pay $20 a month for ChatGPT. Otherwise, log in and get a free license and try it out. Now, here are our topics that ChatGPT has come up with one line explanation for why this might sell. I really like smartphone photography for beginners. I think that's a catchy topic. Understanding exposure. Manual mode made simple. Whoa. I never thought manual mode was simple. Composition for beginning photographers. These are all great topics that would undoubtedly sell. So what's your job now is to go through them, see what sparks your interest, see what you think might sell. The strongest commercial picks are smartphone photography for beginners are these topics. So pick one of those and we'll move on to the next lecture.